Hey dearies, welcome back. We all love being strong and healthy, right? But sometimes people get diseases that are so dangerous that they can
never be cured.
Today we're talking about the worst diseases ever, and some diseases turn you into a stone and some turn you into an actual spider. If you want to stay healthy and don't want to transform into a spider, make sure to like the video, subscribe, and turn the bell on right now. Trust me, I'll protect you. Have you ever heard of Medusa? She's an evil demon god that turns people into stone if they look at her face. You want to see her face? Are you sure? Because you might turn into a stone. Okay, I'll show you in 3, 2, 1. Just kidding. Now, obviously, it's not real because it's just a myth, but there is a disease in real life that basically does the same thing. It's called
Stone Man's disease.
And oh boy, dearies, it's so disturbing. Let's watch this video to learn about it.
This is one of the most disturbing diseases known to mankind. Stone Man's disease causes muscles and tendons to literally become bone. Surgeries are to be avoided urgently, as more bones also develop from scars. At some point, you'll have to decide in which posture you want to spend the rest of your life, sitting or laying down. At some point, the bones are fused together and can no longer move. Eventually, the lungs can no longer develop due to the stiffening of the ribcage. There is no treatment.
Bruh, this is so scary. I kept fixing my posture while I was sitting in my chair because I don't want to look like this. Yeah, but he said you're basically stuck in one posture forever, so you have to choose if you want to sit or lay down. If you had to pick one, would you lay down forever or sit forever? I'd sit because eventually we're gonna make flying wheelchairs so I can go where I want. Vroom vroom. Okay, so the medical name for the Stone Man's disease sounds crazy, and I'm gonna try my best to pronounce it. It's called fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. Blah, did I get that right? I dare you to try and pronounce it. Did you try? Well, I bet this is what you sounded like. Yeah, guys, I don't think that's how you pronounce fibrodysplasia ossificans progressiva. I'm just teasing ya. But yeah, Stone Man's disease is so weird, because your body's like, yo, what if I turn your muscles into bones? And you're like, nope. I hope you stay strong and healthy, so make sure you're going to gym class, dearies. What's your favorite thing to do in gym? I love dodgeball because I'm super fast. Are you good at dodgeball? Now it's time for me to ruin your memory, dearies. Well, actually, we're gonna watch a video about
Alzheimer's,
which is basically a disease that makes you forget things. People that have it can even forget their own name. I watched this video already. Well, I think I did, but halfway through I forgot what I was watching and restarted it 3 times. Anyway, did you ever watch a video and forget what it was about? Let's find out what this dangerous disease is and try not to forget.
The worst viruses, part 20. Starting off, this virus isn't a virus. It's a chronic disease that's really known worldwide. It also makes you forget things really easily. It also degenerates brain cells, and it's common with every 67 seconds. Someone develops it. That's terrifying. If you couldn't guess what disease this is, it's Alzheimer's. If you couldn't guess what disease this is, it's Alzheimer's. If you couldn't guess what disease this is, it's Alzheimer's. If you couldn't guess what disease this is, it's Alzheimer's. If you couldn't guess what disease this is, it's Alzheimer's. The name Alzheimer's originated from a German physiatrist who first identified the disease in 1906. It's also a progressive disease, which means it gets worse over time. Not only does it affect memory, but also thinking, behavior, and the ability to form everyday tasks. Family history can also increase the risk of developing Alzheimer's, but it's not the sole determinant. It's also the most common cause of dementia, accounting for 60–80% of cases. Calculating the fatality rate of Alzheimer's is kind of tricky to determine because Alzheimer's itself is not directly fatal. It can increase vulnerability to other health complications. The average life expectancy after diagnosis can vary, but it's generally around 3 to 10 years. The symptoms are memory loss, confusion, difficulty with problem solving or planning, changes in mood or behavior, and challenges with language and communication. As the disease progresses, these symptoms can become more severe and impact daily functioning. While there isn't a cure yet, there are treatments and strategies to manage the symptoms and help maintain quality of life. Support from family, friends, and healthcare professionals is crucial in providing care and assistance. So make sure you take care of your body while you're young because soon you won't be.
Exactly. Dearies, make sure to take care of yourself now and you'll be so strong when you're older. That means you gotta eat those vegetables and fruits even if you don't like them because they're super healthy for your brain. But for real, I hope I don't ever have memory issues because I don't want to keep repeating myself like your annoying teacher. But for real, I hope I don't ever have memory issues because I don't want to keep repeating myself like your annoying teacher. So listen, dearies, a long time ago there was this movie called How to Eat Fried Worms. And in that movie, a kid literally fried worms and ate them. I knew a kid in school who ate worms in real life. Isn't that just so gross? Imagine if the worms didn't die and stay inside your body. Oh my god, that's what this disease is all about. It's called cystic urcosis. Let's watch to find out.
Yep, those are worms inside of somebody's body. Literally one of my worst fears. Let's talk about it. This is called cystic urcosis.
This is caused by tapeworms inside of pork. The scientific name for the pork tapeworms are Taenia solium. Now, before you start freaking out, in most developed countries, pork tapeworms are not a big issue. This is mainly an issue if you eat like wild boars or pigs, or if they're on a farm where they're not treated properly. After ingestion and a few weeks later, they will develop in your intestines and hatch. After those adult tapeworms lay eggs, they can spread basically anywhere. They can go inside your bloodstream, go to your brain, go to your
Eyes, your muscles.
That's when they attach to the wall and start feeding. Usually your immune system is really good at this point though, and they attack it and kill it off. But after it kills it off, it kind of calcifies, and that's why you see it appearing as white on the CT scan. About 50 million people a year get infected with this, and 50,000 die from it. The prognosis is generally really good if you live in a developed area and you have access to medications. I don't think if you're watching this video you have anything to worry about. It's just a scary side of science and disease. Let me know your thoughts in the comments section.
The only thing I'm catching in Canada is frostbite. Worms see the snow and turn into popsicles. If one actually survived long enough to infect someone here, I'd give it an award and a scarf. If I somehow get cystic urcosis in Canada, I'm filing a complaint with nature. Like, excuse me, this wasn't in the agreement. I'm supposed to be fighting polar bears and eating maple syrup. I don't deserve this lore. Now let's talk about the most popular disease ever. It starts with C. Take a guess. I'll give you a second. Okay, if you guessed cappuccino assassino, then you're totally wrong because it's COVID, duh. COVID pretty much speedran the planet, turned people into brain rots. But behind all the memes, it was kind of scary, right? Like, one sneeze in public and suddenly people look at you like you got a zombie bite. So let's watch this creepy video to stay safe and germ-free.
The worst viruses, part 22. Starting off, this is probably the most known virus of all time now. It had a huge toll on humanity, causing pandemic that originated in China. It also ended the lives of around 7 million people. Deadly. If you guessed it already, congrats. It's pretty obvious. But if you didn't, it's COVID-19, aka coronavirus. First, the symptoms. They range from mild to life-threatening. Fever, cough, and loss of taste or smell are just the start. Severe cases bring pneumonia, organ failure, and even death. But the scariest part, it doesn't always show symptoms. You could carry it, spread it, and never even know. COVID-19 spreads like wildfire. Airborne droplets, contaminated surfaces, close contact. It takes full advantage of how we live and interact, and the impact unimaginable. Hospitals were overwhelmed when COVID was at its prime, and life as we knew it completely shut down. Small businesses really took a toll too, closing 45% of all of the worldwide permanently. Here's the kicker. COVID-19 isn't just one virus. It mutates. Variants like Delta and Omicron spread faster, hit harder, and make it tougher to fight back. But don't panic just yet. There's hope. The vaccines have saved millions. Treatments also improve every day. And while it's still here, we're learning how to fight it better. Because while it's one of the worst viruses we face, we've also shown we can adapt and survive. Stay safe. You never know when the next one will strike.
Oh wow, that takes me back, dearies. I still can't believe we all went through that, because it's so scary. Remember when people were literally using hand sanitizer every second? My mom would wipe every delivery box that came in, and don't even get me started on the toilet paper wars. I was at Costco during that time, and I barely made it out alive. What were you doing during COVID? Did you have online classes and were you even paying attention? Or were you secretly playing Roblox? I bet you were. I remember masks everywhere and people buying 300 water bottles like, bruh, calm down, this ain't an apocalypse. I hope you learned to wash your hands properly though, cause yikes, do you know how bad it is to eat without washing your hands? Yuck. COVID feels like forever ago though, and geez, just look at the years go by. It's almost 2026. You're getting old. I'm getting old. But you know what isn't getting old? 6. 7. By the way, let me know in the comments below what your favorite meme is right now, and maybe I'll post your funny comment in a future video. But also, make sure to follow my account on Roblox, and maybe you'll see me in game. But make sure to wash your hands before meeting me and stay 6 feet apart just like COVID rules. I'm just kidding. Oh dearies, if it tickles your fancy, a subscription would be most delightful. Thank you kindly. Anyway, do you like to dance, or do you think it's cringe? I'm sure you got some great dance moves, but be careful, dearies, because some people in history danced so hard they couldn't stop. Like, literally couldn't stop. This next story is about the dancing plague, a disease where people just dance themselves into exhaustion, and some even dance to their doom. Watch till the end with me to see how wild it really gets.
Okay, I know this is gonna make me sound like some type of cartoon villain, but if you're ever walking down the street and you see a bunch of people dancing, don't join them. I'm talking about the dancing plague of 1518. So this plague is one of the only recorded cases of dancing mania, and it happened in what is now modern day France. Basically, the outbreak began when one woman was seen in the street violently dancing. She had no music or anything, but she was just getting after it. And so naturally a crowd kind of started to form around her and people were watching it. And a lot of people just were like, screw it, and started joining in.
Here's where it gets weird though.
Once people started dancing, they didn't stop. The dancing plague started on July 14th, and by August, it had claimed over 400 people. I'm not talking about 400 people dancing, I'm talking 400 people dying. People would start dancing and not stop to eat or drink water or sleep until they literally died of heart attacks and heat stroke. The dancing was described as like very spastic with lots of convulsions. Apparently all the people were just drenched in sweat. So their eyes were kind of vacant and expressionless. They would dance for so long that they would start bleeding through their shoes. At the peak, there was over 15 deaths per day. The scariest part about it is no one really knows what caused it. Some people think it was demonic possession, other people think it's an example of mass hysteria, and some people blame a bacteria that can arise from eating rotten grain that other people think had a role in the Salem witch trials as well. Regardless, bro, unless I know for sure it's a flash mob, I'm not joining it.
Wow, dearies. So, this happened in 1518. That's over 500 years ago. Do you know what else is 500 years old? My great-great-great-great-great-great-grandma's cookie recipe. What I don't understand is why didn't anyone stop the dancers from dancing? I think it'd be pretty easy just grab them, tie them up, and call the Ghostbusters, because these dancers are freaking possessed. So, the dancing plague was real, but it wasn't like demons or zombies or anything. Historians think it was mass hysteria, which is basically when a bunch of people all get super stressed or anxious and their bodies just start acting out weird stuff together. In 1518, people were starving, sick, and life was super rough, so when one woman started dancing, everyone else kinda caught the stress and started dancing too. Do you want to see their dance moves back in 1518 when this happened? Take a look. Also, if you play Fortnite or Brookhaven, you might notice these dance moves.
Woman stepped into the street and began to dance uncontrollably in 1518. She danced for days without stopping, and soon others joined her. Over 50 people were swept up in the bizarre dancing frenzy. The dancers moved with such intensity that some collapsed from exhaustion, and a few might have died.
Don't dance too hard, dearies, or it might be...
Your last dance.
Up next is the creepiest disease ever, and it's so creepy it doesn't even sound real. So let's watch a video explaining it, and then you tell me if it's real or not, and I'll show you the dark truth, okay? If you guess correctly, you're gonna get so much luck this week.
Explaining diseases.
Hanahaki disease.
So this is a disease mostly on Korea. So the Hanahaki disease is when the victim coughs up flowers petals from their mouth. This happens because the victim suffers from one-sided love. It can only be gone if the beloved returns their feelings or when the victim dies. It can also be cured by surgery, but the victim's loving for a person is going to disappear. That's all, and stay safe.
Okay. So, what do you think? Real or myth? 3, 2, 1. Yeah, obviously it isn't real, and if you believed it, you've been bamboozled, dearies. It literally came from Japanese fiction, like manga and fan stories. Basically, the idea is if you fall in love and they don't love you back, you start coughing up flower petals until you confess or die. Who in the world thinks that's romantic? Okay, but speaking of flowers, did you know some people are actually allergic to them? Imagine being allergic to the thing people give you when they're trying to be nice. Like, here, I got you these pretty roses. Then boom, you're dead. Do you know someone that's allergic to flowers, and are you allergic to anything? Do you believe in curses? It's kinda like magic, but evil, so I guess you can call it dark magic. Apparently there is this weird curse that's been going around, and it might be a good idea for you to know just to stay safe, but please don't try it, even if you think it's fake, because what if it becomes real? Let's watch this to stay safe from all curses.
These are the scariest curses to use on people in real life, part 1. Up first, to perform the first curse, all you need is a piece of paper and a pen. Then draw the shape of a person on the piece of paper, and be careful not to rip the paper while you're drawing on it. Then draw an X on the figure in any place, whether it be the head, chest, hands, feet, anywhere. Then imagine the person you want to curse, and stab the part of the body where you put the X. Then keep stabbing it until it's black and there's a hole in it. Now the person that you wanted the curse will start to feel a pain in their body, exactly where you stabbed the X on the piece of paper. Now either two things can happen to the person that you cursed. They will either have bad luck for the rest of their lives, or they will die. But if anybody sees you drawing on the piece of paper and performing the curse, The curse will then backfire on you and you will experience the full consequence.
So it's kind of like a voodoo doll or a death note? Super creepy. Now, although I don't believe in curses, dearies, I'd be scared of anyone doing this because just think about it. If a person is drawing a stick person and stabbing it, forget the curse. This person is insane. You should be more worried about what they're gonna do and run. Mega yikes. And the other thing is that if you try this curse and someone sees you, then you get cursed. It ain't worth it, dearies. So, do you ever buy cute decorations for your room? Like something to make your shelf look all fancy? Well, what if I told you one vase out there could literally cause your doom? It's called the
Basano vase.
And people say it's so cursed that everyone who ever owned it died. I mean, actually RIP in real life. But don't worry about me, I'm totally safe because I'm not touching that thing. But you though? Don't even touch the screen when you see the vase. It's that dangerous. Anyway, stay till the end, because I found a video that explains everything. Let's watch this together, dearies.
The World's Most Cursed Items, Part 7. The mysterious and deadly Basano vase. Made of silver with origins from around the 15th century. What may appear to be a normal vase has a very deadly past. Allegedly given to a bride on the eve of her wedding in Italy, but she never made it to the altar. She was murdered that night with the vase in her hands. It was then passed down her family line, and each family member who had it perished. It was then boxed away, not resurfacing until 1988. It was found with a note that said, "Beware, this vase brings death." It was auctioned off without the note for around $2,000. Within 3 months, the pharmacist who bought it died. After that, another 3 owners died and it has not been seen since. Be honest, if you could give this to somebody, who would it be?
Why are people still buying this stuff? If I saw a note that said, "Beware, this vase brings death," I'd be like, yeah, okay, straight to the trash it goes. But some dude really went, silver vase, good deal, $2,000, sounds totally safe. Bro thought he was getting a bargain, but got a lifetime subscription to the afterlife. And that ending question, who would you give it to? I'm not saying names, but maybe my math teacher from 7th grade. Kidding. I'm just kidding. Seriously though, if it's real, that vase should stay buried forever. But if it's fake, props to whoever made the story because they made a lot of people believe it. Anyway, dearies, tell me in the comments who you'd give the cursed vase to. Hypothetically, of course. And if you say me, I'm blocking you. But hey, listen, it's time for me to go. So let me know in the comments below what you want me to talk about next. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications on so you don't miss me, and I'll see you next time for another fun scary story video. Toodles!